Hey Jess, so I made it back from Portland safely. And when I was in Portland, I was staying in Eastmoreland, which is a neighborhood, and I saw some signs at the houses next to me, and they were talking about not having a historical district or something like that. So I decided to look into it. From what I found out, it looks like there's some people that want the Eastmoreland neighborhood to be a historical area, and that was proposed, I think, by the neighborhood council or something. However, there are other people in the neighborhood that don't want it to be defined as a historical district or called a historical district. So what are the implications of a historical district? Well, I guess it depends on who's granting this historical district title. But some things that people are worried about, people who don't want it to be a historical district, is they are upset that they won't be able to easily make changes or renovations to their homes, because any changes to buildings and stuff in a historical district needs to go through a historical district committee or something like that. So each decision needs to go through a panel of people before you can make those decisions. Someone had concerns about new technologies and not being able to put solar panels on your roof, because that would be an alteration. And there's more technologies coming out all the time, and those might be difficult to get past the committee. On the other hand, the people who do want this new historical district, they are upset that a lot of the houses around their neighborhoods are being torn down for new houses. There's a lot of changes happening because of a lot of influx of people moving to Portland, and I guess that they've seen what other areas of Portland, how they have changed from being the old buildings that they once were to these new buildings, and the concerns are varied, and some straddle opposite sides of outcomes. So for example, some people are worried about middle class houses being torn down to be replaced by a upper class house. A lot of people are worried about being poshed out of the neighborhood. And on the other hand, on the other side, some people are concerned about single family homes being demolished and are being replaced with apartment buildings. So those are some concerns. There are some environmentalists who don't want the trees to be demolished, because I guess when a lot is demolished, everything is demolished, including trees. There are some big tall trees there. So seems like a pretty big concern for the people in that area, and I'm sure Portland in general may have concerns and chimes in on those issues. But we'll see what comes of it. So another thing I wanted to bring up was I listened to the beautiful anonymous podcast. I think I listened to episode 8, and it was with the guy who has written 18,000 songs. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. Concept is pretty cool. Talking to a random person who he only holds this story, only this experience with this person, and that's it. And I think that's pretty cool. This person may not be as anonymous afterwards if he does try to look him up, which sounds like it might be hard, might be easy, I don't know. But it was pretty cool to listen to it. Thanks for the suggestion. I don't know if I'll become a podcast person. I'm more of a YouTube person, but I did find the podcast on YouTube, so that's a plus for me. So something I would encourage you to try and check out is Cat Music, the YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. It's basically a lot of Romanian music, or music made by Romanians, or somehow has Romanian affiliation. Some are in English, some are in Spanish, some are in Romanian. Most are in Romanian. I think I've heard some in French, maybe. Anyway, it has a lot of cool songs to listen to. I don't know a lot of the words, but some of them I do. So yeah, I'd encourage you to check it out, see if you find any music that you really like. That's how I crack my neck. Alright, I think that's all I have for today. I'll see you Tuesday. Bye, Jess.